Well, good afternoon. I'm back in my studio here to paint live for you once again. So welcome, friends, family, fans, whoever you are and wherever you are. I hope that you'll stay with me and enjoy my painting today. Now, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to finish a painting that I actually started live on Wednesday. And I had several of my followers say that they really liked the painting and that I shouldn't change anything. But as I sit and look at it or stare at it, I decided that I'm just not satisfied with it. So I've got to make some changes. And I think I know what I want to do, but of course I would like to have your opinion. So I'm going to just show you. I'm going to do what we abstract artists and perhaps some representative artists as well do to make changes, and that is change the orientation of your canvas so that you get a better idea of where it needs some changes. So first of all, this is the painting that I finished with on Wednesday. And like I say, there's parts of it that I don't like, so I do want to change it. But let's look at some orientations. And I want you to decide what you like. And what I mean by orientation is, I'm going to turn the canvas upside down. So that first view, the final view from Wednesday, is one view. This is number 2, so keep track here because I want you to vote. Not that I'm going to take your vote seriously, because I've already made up my mind which one I think that I need to do. So this is vote our image number 2, orientation number 2. This is number 3. And now I'm going to do a 180-degree turn again. And this is number 4. So what do you think? Pick one. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Number 1, you can't pick because it's the one that I finished on Wednesday, and I've already said I'm going to make some changes. So 1 is out. So you can pick on 2, 3, or 4. Number 2 was upside down from the original painting. Number 3 was upside down from this view, and this is number 4. So you all going to give me a little hint here. You can make any kind of a comment that you would like to make. I don't see any comments. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it here on number 4. This is where I want to make some changes. And let me tell you what. Well, let me go back to the original orientation to show you what I don't like about it. I don't know if I can get it hung up here. There we go. What I don't like about it. And that is, I don't like this area down in here where everything's kind of going on a slant and in a curve, so to speak. I don't like that. So, and there's other parts of that I don't like as well. But that's the main reason, because this is just, to me, this is very distracting. This is where your eye goes right here, and I don't care for it. So let's turn this back up. And this is number 4 again. This is the orientation that I'm now liking right now. So what I want to do first is I'm going to tape off this bottom, probably right in here, because that's the part that I really do like. And I don't want to get any paint on it from above. So to keep it from bleeding down, I'm just going to tape this off. I don't really care if it's completely straight. It's not going to be. The tape, I mean. Now that'll protect this bottom area a little bit, but say if there's any drips coming down, they're still going to roll over this tape. Ah, thank you, Kathy. Kathy says she likes number 4 as well. So maybe I've made the right choice. Let's hope. I'm still not satisfied with the way this tape is. So let's try it there. Move this up. I don't know if that's straight or not, but nonetheless, or I should say even, level, whatever. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to start, I think I want to start right in here because it's this area right in here that I kind of want to get rid of. And today I think I'm going to use some brushes, and we'll go from there. So let's start off with this kind of, it's a magenta. And I want to make it kind of soupy. Yeah, that's the magenta. Now, because magenta, this quinacridone magenta is transparent, some of the images or lines that are below, or beneath, I should say, beneath this are going to shine through, and that's okay. I like that. I want that. Oh, Gregory Corrigan, welcome. Now let's try some of the other colors. Gotta get organized here. I'm not very organized. I'm trying. But I've got on my palette the same colors that I used on Wednesday, so to give it some continuity. Now this is the Pyrrole Orange, and I really like it. I don't want all of these the same width either. I want them various width. Now I don't like how that is coming, or is showing up. You know, it's got all those brush strokes in it. I would prefer it to be, there goes that drips. I would prefer it to be more even. So I may have to wipe some of that off. Let's see what I can do here. Now I'm wiping it all off. So that's not going to work. But maybe it'll leave enough behind, like right in there, that it will make it interesting. But I want to stay away from this curve up here that I showed you earlier. Oops. So now, I think I lost some of that magenta too when I wiped that off. So let's go back in here, like so. Put that back. In case you're wondering, I'm just spraying water. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Now let's go back to the orange. Okay. Now I think I want some yellow. Okay. some blue, perhaps. Oh, here we go though, you know? Okay, I'm putting this blue on top of this yellow, and what am I getting? I'm getting kind of a green. No, that's okay, that's okay. Let's go back to the magenta again. You see how that circle goes clear up in here? I just don't like that circle. So. Let's try some white in there, and I'm going to do a little bit different because I'm going to use a pigment white. They're all pigments. Dry pigment in here, and of course I like blending it together. I kind of like that. For now, I like it. That doesn't mean it'll last. Now I'm going to use a dry pigment, blue pigment, dry pigment in the blue shade. I'm liking that as well. So what do you think? Hi Bethlo. Hi Allie. Welcome both of you. I don't know who else is on here, but welcome. As you come on, I'll try to acknowledge you, but I make no promises. Now that is I think it's a Naftali red. I think. Okay. Maybe we want to get a few drips. But before it gets too far. Really liking that, the way the colors blend together. That's kind of an interesting effect, how the blue's kind of bleeding down into the other pigments that are before, just in certain areas, not totally all over, but they are bleeding down. That's interesting. We'll let it bleed for a while, see what happens to it. I have some other dry pigments on my palette. We'll try this kind of an orange. That's a different orange, kind of more of an earth tone. And let's see, let's let that bleed a little bit. Interesting. Well, guess what? If I don't stop it, it's going to run down in here into this part that I said I didn't want any other paint to get on, so let's kind of wipe that back and we'll watch it here as we go along. Alright, we're getting closer to the top, what is now the top of the painting, and I'm not sure exactly what I want to do, so we'll just kind of play it by ear. There. Give it kind of a peach tone. And I have some red pigment. Dry pigment. There we go again. See, the tape is kind of stopping some of this from bleeding on down into this other area down in here. And we may want it to. We just have to wait and see what it does when I turn it another direction. I think I want to go back to this magenta. Blend that together. Now let's go back to some yellow or orange. I haven't used orange for a while here, so let's go back to some of those two colors. Oops. Ooh, I haven't used this one yet. Gotta use all these colors that are on my palette. Gosh, the wonder go to waste. This is a rose. And my brush seems to be pretty wet. So that is probably why we're getting all those strips, which I don't necessarily want. And I may have just kind of messed that up. We'll see. See, I can wipe some of those out, and it creates an interesting effect by wiping those out. That's kind of nice. Let's go back to the rose. There, I'm liking that. Now let's brush through some of this. Blue's getting pretty much obliterated, so I mean, I want to go back in and put some of that blue back in. And I'm getting my brushes all mixed up here. I'm going to use this dry pigment again. Hey, Larry Moore. Hey, Cyrus Lotus. Larry Moore, are you the Larry Moore from Osawatomie, Kansas? I can only assume so. Welcome, my friend. If you are the Larry Moore from Osawatomie, Kansas, hey, for the others who are watching, listening, Gary and I were in school together. I think all the way from kindergarten to graduating from high school. Uh-oh. One got away from me, buddy. I caught him. See how the texture, can you see the texture there? This blue is allowing some of the undercolor to show through, like the I'm seeing green. But that didn't do it because it's not matching this area here. So, oops, that got away from me again. Oops. There. That's what I want. Ooh, now isn't that kind of nice? Regina Piantadose. I really butchered that. Sorry about that. Well, anyway, welcome, Regina. Gary Moore, you didn't answer me. Oh no, it's Larry Moore. Larry Moore. Sorry. See how my brain works? I went to school with Gary Moore, not Larry Moore. So welcome Larry Moore and not Gary Moore. All right, what I want to do now is I'm going to turn this back to its original orientation and see what we look like. I haven't removed the tape yet, and I don't want to at this point. But I want to turn it back and see what it looks like back in this orientation. Okay, this over here is very drippy going down this direction. This is not, so we need to have some things going in this direction just to match what's going on the other side. So let's just put some things on here. Doesn't really matter what color. Let's do some blue, which makes it's turning green, and some of this red dry pigment. Alright, so let's give it a spot of water to make that drip all the way down. This time we want it to go all the way. And I might also do this and move some of that paint around. Ooh, look at that. I like that. Isn't that's fun, isn't it? Use this compressed air to move it around. Hey, Julie, I saw that. Letting everybody know I'm on here. You must be watching. Oh, look at it. That's kind of fun. See all those? Now those are, that's going to be different than the other side. But nonetheless, it's making some interesting effects, which I do kind of like. But yet at the same time, maybe it's kind of messy right up in here. Let's just wipe a little bit of that off. You know, that's the job of the artist, knowing when to add and when to remove, when to paint over. And okay, I'm liking that so far. Let's go back to my little standby. This there we go. Some water on that. Get it to run. And then use the air on it. Boy, have you ever used one of these to clean your keyboard? That's what it's really for, to clean your keyboard. And you can only do it for so long because it turns ice cold. Hey, Jake. Welcome, man. Thank you. Julie, wow. Thank you. Compressed air. You like that idea. Only I need some gloves. My hands are freezing. Are you two at the gym? I think I'm getting low on air. I don't know. Let's see. All right, I think I need to, again, gently remove some of that. Creates a nice texture up there. Now I'm going to turn it back to the other way, the way that I like it, and see what it's going to look like at this point. There we go. I've got some nice texture up in here that is kind of matches this down in here to a degree. So I'm going to do something that is kind of fun to do, and that is I'm going to take this yellow tape. This is actually drywall tape. Drywallers use it, and it may not stick because the canvas is kind of wet, but we'll see. Drywallers use this to join two pieces of drywall together. So it works great for what I use it for. You may have seen me do this yesterday when I was doing the triptych. Now, let's use some color here. Oh, here it is. I think I want this. So what I'm doing now is I'm just creating some texture with this drywall tape. You'll see what I mean in a minute here. And there, I hope you can see it. I like that blended together. The orange and the magenta. And you know, it doesn't have to be totally covered throughout the, and it doesn't have to be all one color. So let's put some more magenta on there. Ah, and see, that's nice. I'm liking that. What you think? Alexa and Ann Bolter, hi Ann. And Alexa Hiron Polo, welcome. I'm butchering names, so if I offend anybody, hey, I don't know what to tell you. But I do appreciate y'all being here. Now, you see, I've done that. Now I'm going to pull this tape off. Ha-ha. Love it, love it, love it. Can you see that? See, the tape actually has holes in it. So, what we got here? Betty Boone Gibson. Hey, thanks, Betty. Now, can y'all see this tape? See the holes in it? So what I actually did was I put it on the canvas, then I filled those holes with the paint, which creates, it leaves up the texture where I added paint to those holes. And it's a nice texture. Now this down in here, this is actually on that tape that I put on earlier. And this up here, I probably want to remove some of that because I'm not really liking the smear there. Or maybe I can move it around. We'll try that first. Moving it around with some water. If the water don't work, I'm going to switch to rubbing alcohol. Actually, see, the water's working because it's not completely dry. Okay, that's not too bad. And then if you get down into this area where the texture is, that's okay too. Let me try some rubbing alcohol. Rubbing alcohol, you can use it on acrylic paint. Hi Nella. You can use it on acrylic paint. Well, thank you, Ann. Ann Bolter says that's so cool. Well, you know, Ann, that's because I'm cool. You better agree with me. Anyway, rubbing alcohol can remove acrylic paint, but not oil paint. But the rubbing alcohol, for some reason, acts with the acrylic and just kind of eats it away. I don't want to do it, but I could just spray some acrylic on here and have it eat it away, but I don't want to do that. So I may just make the best out of this where I've got some smears. Yeah, okay. There I go. I'm wiping it on my clothes. I'm not gonna. Well, your dancing is cool. My dancing? I didn't know I was dancing. But anyway, thank you for that. Now I'm going to remove this blue tape that I put on here a while ago. See what it looks like against the textured surface. So what do you think? Getting paint all over my hands again. See that? Hi, Eric Sean Schweitzer. Welcome. Okay, let's turn right side up, or what used to be right side up, and look at it again. Okay, now what do we think? Anybody have any comments? Robin, thank you, Robin. Welcome. Any area that you think needs some attention? Maybe this over in here could use a little bit, some extensions of these colors here up into the blue to make it more uniform. Let's see what that does. And that looks like some some orange in there too. I really like this orange. Again, it's kind of a red orange instead of a yellow orange, but I really do like it. I really do like it. And I don't want to mess up this area because it's a really cool area. That looks better. Now I think I want to extend this down in here. Below this, oops, there goes some paint on my floor. But I have a mat down to collect paint that goes on my floor. Let's see, what do I want some more of this. Oh, that's what I was just using. Go figure. I love the orange against the magenta. Just love, 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 love. Okay. I'm afraid that's going to... Well, let's try it. Too much, too creamy. Yeah? Yeah. Hold on, I gotta reach a long ways off and my microphone will not reach that far. Okay. Got what I need. I think horizontal position has more impact compositionally. You're loving the colors. Well, that's from Robin Rios. Thank you very much. I appreciate your comment, and I totally agree with you that I think that it has more interest, more impact in the horizontal position than it does in the vertical. So I'm going to turn it back here in a minute, but I want to show you a trick, and that is taking, for instance, okay, I've got this area all wet. Let's just take it from the bottom. And I'm taking this paper towel all the way up. And let's see what that does. Yes. Now I've taken a lot, I put a lot of paint on, I've taken a lot off, but it's created some very interesting effects there. So, I like that. Now, actually, when I learned to do this, I was taught to do it with a roll of toilet paper, which be much more efficient. Oh, I've got you turned. I got you all crooked. I have a tendency to do that, don't I? which would be much more effective, or not waste as much paper if I were using the toilet paper. And I really got this painting crooked. There, is that better? Looks better to me. I think one thing I would like to do, and this is another thing that I like to do. Let's see, what color do I want? I'm going to make some, well, you know, yellow might be a good color. So I'm going to make some really soupy yellow painting. Then I'm going to take a toothbrush and dip in that soupiness. Then let's just splatter, do some splatters on here. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm getting real small splatters all over the painting. How do you like that? It actually creates some continuity, pulls it together. But I'm not getting enough, it's not soupy enough now, it's probably too soupy. And I'm going to get a great big splatter. Ah, that's better. That is much better. I want these little splatters. Ooh, yeah, that's some bigger ones. Can you see that? Or can you see what I'm doing? Hi, Susan Nolan. Welcome, Susan. Whoops. Too big a one. Okay, I think that's enough of that. For now, at least. So now I'm going to turn it back to the horizontal position that, who was it? Who was it like that horizontal position? Anna Wagner-Alt. Welcome. Hey, Jason. Jason says, another amazing creation from the mind of moi. Well, let's turn it. All right, people, what do you think? You think it's finished? I think it's finished. For those of you who saw it on Wednesday and liked the vertical painting, let me know what you think of this one. You think that this is a better painting than the vertical? I certainly do. I gotta wipe this off, smear it down a little bit. Yeah, that's, oops. Careful there. There. Yeah. Liking it very much. Titles, I'm open to for suggestions. Thank you, Robin. Robin says, I love it. Jason says, beautiful. Rob Adamson. is watching Rob Adams, and I've taken a couple of classes from Rob. He teaches at Salt Lake Community College, and I've taken a few classes from him. Really draws you into the painting. That's what Robin says. Well, thank you, Robin. I do appreciate the comment, and I love it. I'm loving it now. It's got some depth. It's got some continuity. The composition is much better, and of course, I love the colors. Totally love the colors and the textures, the various textures. So that's what makes it, the whole thing, interesting. But again, Jason, looks like a quarantine sunset. A quarantine sunset. Interesting. Well, I will consider that. A quarantine sunset. And Bolter says, it's beautiful. I love it. Jason, come buy this one for me too. Okay, Jason, you're on, man. And he wants you to buy that for. I'll make you a deal, Jason. Lori Justice Pace is watching. Thank you for joining us, Lori. I hope you've enjoyed it. Jason, he says, oh, poo, Annie Bolter. Well, Annie, it doesn't look like you're going to get Jason to buy this one either. So you might want to start saving your pennies and shell out the money yourself. How about that? So anyway, people, there have been a lot of you on here today, and I do appreciate everybody watching. I just want to remind you that, well, I will probably paint again live on, I think it's Wednesday. Anyway, I'll make an announcement. Oh, Lori, you just got here. I'm sorry, I'm just finishing. But anyway, I think I'll paint again on Wednesday. I think that's when I've got some free time, or I've got it on my calendar. And then I want to remind you that next Friday night, the 29th at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, I'm going to be doing a virtual live studio visit. I'm going to be showing maybe, I don't know, 5 to 12 paintings and offering them at reduced prices. So you'll want to join us. You'll want to join us. Julie Smith says that Jason needs to step up. Okay, keep it in mind, Jason. But anyway, Friday night, the 29th, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, here in my studio. You'll want to be here on time because you don't want to miss the opening. It's going to be spectacular. And then I'll have probably, I don't know, 5 to 12 paintings that perhaps you've never seen, or perhaps you have. We'll find out. And they will be offered for sale. In the meantime, go to my website, jerryhardistystudio.com. Go on Facebook. You're already there. Leave me some comments. I appreciate comments and feedback. In the meantime, this is Jerry signing off. Have a good day.